Usually we have different topics discussed in this channel, and usually we have our discussions in Sinhala language. But today we are going to do it in English because our guest today is a special one. And the topic is also very special. So without further ado, I would like to introduce our guest for the day. Simply, we call him Saha. Ayubowan Saha.
Ayubowan.
Yes. And the topic that we're going to talk about is also different. It's not politics, it's not day-to-day activities, the current situations. It's going to be something that could change your life. So without further ado, I would like to invite Saha to give your own introduction, because I think if I try to give introduction, I might miss one or two. So I would like you to give your own introduction.
Thank you, Kumudini, for inviting me for your show. I feel honored to share my knowledge, whatever I have seen, with your audience. And yes, it is a special show because we are going to talk about something you may have not heard before, but could certainly improve your life.
Yes.
So I will start with a simple introduction of the two modalities that gives me the greatest joy and satisfaction in life. One is called quantum healing hypnosis technique, which shortened version is QHHT. It's a technique of hypnosis developed by a lady called Dolores. She's no more, 45 years of her practice. So I practice that modality as a QHHT practitioner. The other modality that I practice is called Reconnective healing. This was a technique discovered almost 30 years ago by Dr.Eric, who was a regular chiropractor, and a lot of metaphysical things happened to him, and he ended up teaching this technique. And both of these I started to practice in 2016 when I went through my own transformation in life. So yeah, those are the two major things that I do.
Okay. But I know that I've known you as a branding consultant. So being a branding consultant, I'm sure that you went through the normal education system and you became a branding consultant. And why did you take this shift from being a branding advisor, branding consultant, and to becoming a quantum healer? What made you take this different path?
I'm so glad you asked that because everyone, as you know, at some point in life goes through changes.
Yes.
I was in Dubai. I was the CEO of a branding agency. The first few years was great. All the luxury, glitter, good parties, clients, money, everything. And then I started to see through things. I was questioning my own role. I mean, do the world really needs 10,000 more people to buy a certain product? Or is it really going to make the world better? Are people happy? And just seeing one side of life, lots of luxury, lots of glamour. There's a part of me that was empty. I was looking for more wholeness in my life, more human connection, more joy, and I couldn't find that in the material world. I was affecting my professional work, even the clients that I get. So one day, I think about 3 years into my stint there, I prayed one evening, whatever you want to call source, God, light, spirit. I said, you've blessed me with a skill which is changing perceptions.
Okay.
Because that's what I do as a branding guy. Why is this better than the other one? And we create the USPs, and then we create a story around it, and we play it over and over until it gets ingrained in people.
Yes.
And I occupy their mental space.
Yes. That's interesting how you change your
So then
way you look at the
yes.
things and the way you look at the life.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this is what happened to me after that. So when I realized that, I said, okay, you've given me this gift of changing perceptions. I want the source, intelligence, whatever, to still keep that quality in me.
Yes.
But help me to change perceptions from people to go beyond mundane life into a more metaphysical, more wholesome life. And that's when everything changed. My business decided to, on its own, kind of shut down. And everything changed to allow me to become the roles that I'm playing today.
Yeah.
And within a span of 1 year, everything changed, and I started doing these modalities.
Yes, can you share some of your own experience, like how you were able to change people's lives? Like I know that you said you were in Sri Lanka when Corona started.
Yes.
So that story that you shared when we were discussing previously, you shared some of the interesting stories about the people, how they were miserable, feeling miserable, and those things. So can you share some of your experience so that we can relate it to understand more?
I'm glad. Yeah,
Yes.
that was. I mean, I have my own views on what took place, but let's just get to what happened to humanity.
Yes.
Okay, that was an unprecedented fear and shock. Of course, it was created by media. That's another part, but it made people feel so uncertain. I don't think humanity has felt something like that. Probably, maybe during World War II, that type of global fear. Okay, everybody was so fearful.
Yes.
They were losing their jobs, they were losing security, they were losing income. There's some people losing food. So lots of challenges. You can't see your loved ones, you can't move. So you were basically forced to be in one place. Now, as much as I don't agree with the policies that went into it,
Like,
there's a good side to it.
yes.
Okay, the good side is that people who were on a hamster wheel, 9 to 5, getting up at 6 a.m., dropping kids at school, going to their work, eating through their breakfast really fast, finishing 3 cups of coffee by 10 o'clock, coming home exhausted, just, kids are already asleep, no time for the wife or the husband. So all these things just came to a grinding halt.
Yes, they were repeating the same routine.
Yes. So what was the biggest challenge for the human doings that we have become as of human beings was just to be.
Yes,
They
surviving.
couldn't be in one place.
Yes.
They just didn't know what to do. So people ordered food, watched Netflix, and pretty soon they were getting obese and lots of health issues. There was nothing they could do. Like, what do I do with my time? There's no social escapes, no coffees, no cocktail parties. So when that happened, I was working with a group of people in Malaysia. They had a Zoom channel, which was given by a university. 2,000 people could join it. We started with about 5 people. It grew into about 300 people at one point. And there were 2 shows, 1:30 p.m. Sri Lanka time and 7:30 p.m. Sri Lanka time. Talks would go on for 90 minutes or 2 hours, just telling people how to go within, how to find that peace and balance through the chaos, how to be stable, how to be clear through that crazy period that they were going through. And it grew so big that we would have 200 people on a talk sometimes from all over the world. I've never met them.
Yeah.
And this is what I did as my little part during that time.
And during the COVID period, I also realized, I read on news that there have been a lot of conflicts between their families. So they were compelled to be at one place. Sometimes, like the partners, their partners. So most of the time, when they are out, like working, sometimes they don't understand. Like they had to tolerate each other most of the time because they were compelled to live together, and that increased domestic violence and those things. So something that you told me before about why people are always focusing on negative things, the negative things of your partners, your life, day-to-day activities. So that thing was really interesting. So shall we talk about something like that? Why people are rather more picking on negative things?
Yeah, I'd say it's a big question, and that is a greater pandemic in our society than COVID could ever be.
Yes, of course.
Okay, so first of all, we have 2 parts in our mind. If you understand the ego side of the mind, the conscious mind, and the subconscious mind.
Yeah.
The subconscious mind is a witness to everything. It's like fertile soil. It doesn't care what you grow in it, whether it's roses or weeds. Its job is to give you the outcome.
Yes.
So whatever you put into your subconscious mind becomes your reality. And the conscious mind is out there trying to preserve the body, the me, the identity. It's going to do everything to preserve you. So that mind has a negative bias, which is ingrained from our parents, society, always fearing the worst, always looking for the worst outcome. How am I going to preserve my body? So that part of our brain gets super active to preserve the body. And our conscious mind is always trying to see, okay, how do I minimize my risk? Whereas the subconscious mind is like, okay, so whatever you feed me, I'm going to put it out for you as your experience. So because from the time we wake up in the morning, right, we start comparing things. Oh, it's a sunny day. It's a rainy day. Oh, there's too much traffic. There's not enough traffic. Or my coffee's not warm, whatever. So we go into this comparison.
Complaining.
Yeah.
And
Comparison becomes a complaining. Yes.
Complaining, yes.
So we have the same approach with our partners. Like, so our idea of love is very transactional.
Yeah.
If you do the things that I like you to do, and if you don't do the things that I don't like you to do, then I love you.
Yeah.
But if you do things that I don't like you to do, and you don't do the things that I would like you to do, well, you're going to lose some love points, and I'm going to lower your rankings. So this is the love for most people, even though they're married for 20 years sometimes.
Yeah.
But the real love is in the heart space. So this complaining because we are negative, because of a negative bias we have, we take this same approach in our relationships. But in COVID time, it was something beautiful. Because we want to avoid things and still preserve a marriage, there was no time for saying, honey, I'm working late tonight.
Yeah.
There's no late night office meetings, parties, cocktails. You had to come home and you had to sit with that person and work things out. So that forced some people to come closer because they found a new level of intimacy. They found time to talk. They had time to cook meals together, actually enjoy food, be with their children, which they didn't have before.
Yes.
Because she's doing her job, he's doing his job. Weekend, they have 2 hours with the kids, and that's it. So they got closer. And some people who pretended to be in a marriage for so long with so many things, they fell apart.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. And when it comes, you're talking about that the things that we are feed into our mind throughout the day, and how does it affect our, like, you know, the media feeds certain things, and when you come home, if you are watching news, if you are watching teledramas, so I think for about close to 20 years I haven't watched TV like the way that we used to watch TV. So the news is always giving you negative messages, negative news about someone killed someone, so very depressing news. So how can that affect someone's personal life or the personality? That could change someone's personality, I would say. Is
100%.
it?
Their entire belief system, their entire life experiences is changed by what you put in.
Yes.
So the common belief is that, oh, you eat healthy food and you're okay.
Yeah, that's the part of the body. What you're concerned about the body only.
Exactly.
Yes.
But you are a mind, body, soul union. You can't just feed one part and ignore the other two. So first we got to understand how our mind works. So a little child up until the age of 7 is pretty much in hypnosis. In the sense there's no barrier to filter. They don't question. They just listen over and over and over. It just comes to them and they're like, all right, this is my truth. After that, after we've defined our personality, we start interacting with the world and have our own opinions. But what we were taught as young kids has a huge role to play how we see the world.
Yeah.
So if the parents were extremely controlling, very fearful, this child will have that fear of the parents for the world. Okay?
You mean fear of the parents?
The fears the parents had of the world. So for example,
the perception of the world, that would be more like he will be looking at the world like in a skeptical way.
Yes. Because even a child in the mother's womb hears everything that's discussed. I can talk about the hypnosis part later on, how it works. So when we go out there into the world, we have this negative bias and we feed it. But once you start consuming it on a daily basis, it starts to define you. So I'll come to the part how it works, because right now you and I are in beta brainwaves.
Yeah.
We're fully aware of the time, place, and we are fully focused. We know what we're doing.
Yes.
And then there's a part called alpha, where we are reading a book, watching a movie, and somebody's next to us, they talk to us, we don't hear them, and we say, oh, you're here. That's the light state of hypnosis. That's called alpha brainwaves.
Okay.
So our eyes are still fully open, but our ears are cutting off the messages that's coming into us. We're fully awake, eyes open. Because we cut this off, we are in a light state of hypnosis. Somebody has to talk to us 3 times to get our attention.
Yes.
Then comes the time where when you're done for the day, you're going to fall asleep. You change into your pajamas, whatever, you put off the light. The moment you close your eyes, your ears become more powerful again because, okay, we shut off the cameras now. The body wants to survive, right? It's on survival mode. It's like, all right, what do I hear next?
Yeah.
But at the same time, the heartbeat slows down. It tells the brain this body is going to sleep and start producing the chemicals that we need for sleep.
Yeah.
Then, depending on your sleep habits and your type of routine, I would say, and what you had, how your day was during the time, anywhere from 2 minutes to 5 minutes, even 15 minutes, you will try to fall asleep. But at some point, you catch yourself slowly drifting away. Uh-oh, I'm falling asleep now.
Yeah.
And that stage is the most important part, theta brainwaves. This is a highly programmable state of mind where it's like deep meditation, but we are able to hear the calling from within because we have cut off the external part. The neighbor's dog barking or a couple fighting no longer affects you. You're now going deep into sleep, right? It's a highly suggestive state.
Okay.
Now, in that period, if you are watching negative news, okay, or if you're thinking about the news you are watching, you are now programming your subconscious mind to plant it and to wake up with the same fear, the same anxiety, the same negativity that you put in. So understanding is so important. I'm not saying not to watch news, but understand how it is affecting you. So during COVID, when people were asking how to avoid getting COVID, I told them first thing, stop watching news. Because COVID was spread by news. How many are found and how many are dead?
Yeah.
And if you watch this 24/7, and the more they say how it is closer to you, oh, I'm next. So why I said that is news, in my definition, during COVID is what happened in my talks, I said news is never ending worse scenarios.
Oh, that's a new definition of news.
That's
Okay.
all it is. I
Yes.
ask people, when was the last time you felt good after watching news?
Yes.
You feel terrible. So
That's
why do you
true.
want to consume things that makes you feel terrible?
Yes.
So you wake up with this garbage, you go out collecting more garbage, you start sharing this garbage from overnight with your friends. Where's the time to go within and feel joy? Where's the time to not complain and appreciate? Where's the time to be in love and enjoy the moment?
True. And not only news now, apart from these main channels, media channels, now we have social media. Sometimes you wake up with Facebook and go to sleep with Facebook. And the things that are spread on Facebook or WhatsApp, the social media, sometimes without knowing that you get a victim of those waves. Sometimes you don't even know that whether the news that you're getting are verified, correct. So if someone wants to manipulate you, so you don't know that you are being manipulated. So how do you think, how do you advise people how to, how not to get manipulated by these things?
Yes, so this is my favorite word during this time of our evolution as human species. I saw a beautiful signage coming into the studio. We are all human.
Yes, of course.
It was
That's
perfect alignment.
Yes.
So we have to unlearn. Okay, so during this time, there's nothing to learn. The world doesn't need more PhDs and more scientists and all that. The world needs people who are connected to their heart space.
Yeah.
Our entire society is built on championing the intellect.
Yeah.
And what do? We memorize something, vomit it the next day, and say, wow, I got an A for it.
Yeah.
Did we really learn something? Right? So we've been taught to champion this, get a job because of this, approach everything from this, but not this.
The
heart
rewarding.
the
system
heart
is
that feels
different.
joy is ignored.
Mm-hmm.
We go after temporary gratification. Now, coming back to the news, so much of negative stuff out there. Once you go in there, thanks to AI, it's going to keep on feeding more of what you read or watched.
Algorithms
Yes.
work. Yes.
So if you read one negative story about, say, a car crash, for example, you're going to see car crashes from the country, from the region, from around the world, even car crashes from 20 years ago.
Yes.
It's like, hey, this person likes it, show them more car crashes. Now, what's going to happen? You start being in that vibration of fear, that concern, that anxiety constantly. So first thing is pick and choose what you watch.
Yeah.
Just because you're at a buffet doesn't mean you have to eat everything in the buffet.
Yes, that's true.
Right?
Yeah.
So the internet is like a buffet, right? You got to pick and choose what you really want and what's good for you. Of course, sometimes you will see a news headline, but do you really want to interact with it? If there's a plane crash, do you really want to find out the psychological state of the pilot and what happened with his wife and whether he was an abused child? No, a plane has crashed. People have died. Simply pray for them. You don't need to waste 1 week looking into that whole story.
Yeah, but sometimes people like to dig into more information and find fault with something, some point. Where did it go wrong? They can't do anything about it, like they can't go and correct it. But still they prefer to go and find fault with something.
Yeah.
That's the mindset, I think.
So soon after a global news breakout,
Yes.
you find experts out of nowhere. All of a sudden, they're hand washing experts during COVID.
Yes.
Just imagine before COVID, I mean, I was in branding, so I did commercials as well. You would see these white dots and a blue liquid would fall through, and 99.9% of the germs simply disappear from your hair or your body or your armpits. So that means the 0.01% must have been COVID, because all of a sudden they didn't work, but you need a hand sanitizer.
Yeah.
Okay, and there were a whole group of people who are professionals in telling people how to wash hands.
Yes.
Right? So that's why the role of media, the narrative. That was the dumbest time of human evolution, and also for some people the smartest, most rewarding time.
Yes.
So
that's good. And like, I would like to move into the next thing that we were discussing about reconnecting healing, reconnective healing.
Yeah.
So how do you define that apart from quantum healing?
Okay, so I'll first go into reconnective healing because, as you asked, that'll set the stage for quantum healing hypnosis technique. So the easiest way right now in the studio, you and I have a certain space. There's a space between us and the camera. That's because you perceive yourself to end with this body.
Yeah.
Okay, you're limited by your physical structure. So am I, right? So it's the staff here, our crew here. So we perceive a distance. But imagine if you and I were two balloons, and at one moment the two balloons got pricked.
Yeah.
Then what happens to the air that was inside? It simply merged with the air in this room, right?
Yeah.
But as long as the two balloons were there, the air inside the balloon and the air outside of the balloon were different.
Yes.
Right? So now understand energy within you and energy in me and energy in everybody else is only perceived to be separate from the bodies we have. But in fact, there's so much intelligence, there's so much vibration in this so-called empty space.
Yes.
Right? So everything is energy, frequency, and vibration. That's all that's there in the universe.
Energy, frequency, and vibration.
Everything is energy vibrating at a specific frequency. So every organ in the human body has a specific frequency that it vibrates when it's healthy. When it's unhealthy, its frequency change.
Yeah.
So what you call dis-ease is a change in that vibration. Okay? So in this spectrum of healing, where we have light, information, energy in this empty space, when we go beyond the physical body, you interact with it, it is felt everywhere at the same time. So if I, in a session, for example, if I move my hands around my patient in front of me, just 2 feet away, or they're all the way in South Africa or New York City, makes absolutely no difference because we are going beyond time and space. You find time because you have a body.
Yeah.
But if you don't have a body, you have no sense of time, right? You don't even have your time if you go to Mars or Saturn because the speed of that planet's rotation is different to Earth. So what time are we measuring, right?
Yes.
So in that space, when we tap into that energy, frequency, vibration model, there's no separation. So whatever that I move or dance with here has a positive outcome on the client wherever in the world. And it puts you onto a state of optimal balance. And in that balance that you find, whatever that is out of balance goes away.
Yeah.
And that's how you have instantaneous healings. Cancers disappear, eyesight gets restored, joint deformations get fixed, arthritis disappear. Not because I'm doing something special. I'm simply the catalyst. It already exists.
Yeah. Making the balance, correct balance.
Yes, so I'm just a catalyst to play with it. And through entrainment, the client, wherever they are, they find that peace, that balance. And the balance is where the healing comes in.
Oh.
It's not that I send energy to heal them. No.
So that comes within you, that you're supporting to find it, is it? Find
It's
the
already
balance.
there. I'm just dancing with it.
Okay.
And because you're doing a session with me wherever you are, we are energetically connected. So at that time, you lie down and you feel your body vibrate. You feel your body shake. You get all sorts of experiences. This is to show the interconnectedness. We are beyond bodies. So that's the part with reconnective healing, how it works.
Yeah.
Now, the same way, do you want me to ask a question before I go to QHHT, or shall I continue?
Yes, continue, please.
So quantum healing hypnosis technique is something where we go to that previous subconscious mind that I talked about.
Yes.
So the subconscious mind, think of it as a CCTV continuously running in all angles, covering every part of your house. Right?
Yeah.
And you store images of this, not for 2 months, 3 months, but forever. It's like the clouds. Okay? So you save in this every single experience, every single word, every single thing you ever seen is recorded there. Okay? And it's permanently packaged. And most of the time, if it is something unpleasant or negative, when we see that same experience again, even though it happened 20 years ago, there's a vibrational resonance of the experience, the fear, the guilt, or whatever. It comes up twice the amount now because you're picking up from the unhealed trauma in the past and the current experience. And your rational mind doesn't know the difference between something that happened 20 years ago and something that is happening now. So if I were to ask you to close your eyes now and go into the most amazing, beautiful time, maybe somebody's birthday, your birthday, a wedding, a holiday, you'll feel that moment in your body again. Right? At the same time, if I ask you to close your eyes and go into the most painful memories, if you go to somebody's death, for example, you will feel your heart tightening up, that weakness, that heaviness in your entire body. It happened 20 years ago, but the body feels it now. So mind, body, and spirit, they're connected. So whatever that happened to you, the body keeps a memory too.
You still carry that pain.
You still carry that. And depending on where you decide to store it in your physical body, it could be the kidneys, could be the heart, could be the liver, could be the back. I mean, it's a huge topic we can do one day because this will solve a lot of problems for people. But in short, we keep this information within us all the time. So in hypnosis, what we do is we go to the root cause. Where it first started. It could be 5 years ago, it could be when you were 5 years old. Or it could also be when you were in your mother's womb. Or it could be a past life. But we take that imprint onto this lifetime, and when the time is correct, when we see something similar, it comes up. So in that, we heal the root cause at a subconscious level. We can't delete a memory, but we could change your understanding of your experience. We change the energy surrounding that experience. Nobody can stop a tsunami. People died, but we could change your perceptions about it. And that's where the healing comes in.
That's very interesting. And that has brought us to the end of our today's program and this episode. And I think we came to a very good point here about how you can heal yourself. And we discussed about the trauma that we carry in our memory. And let's talk about further how we can avoid this carrying this trauma. And today we are going to wind up for this episode, and we will be meeting you again with another episode, continuing of this episode to discuss further about how we can improve ourselves without carrying our trauma.